Give it up for Sarah Ranney.
What is up, Punchline? So, oh my God, it's caught. So, I've been working on myself. Anybody else unhappy with who they are as people? Yeah? But it's kind of an uphill battle, right? Because whenever I eat a ton of garbage, it's like, make better choices, Sarah. But when a sea turtle eats a ton of garbage, it's still make better choices, Sarah? That feels unfair. Because yes, I did order all that food on Postmates, but I did not ask for 7 forks. It's too many. You're like, you have a very valid point, ma'am. I appreciate that. Another valid point I have found the fastest way to drive a man away is brutal honesty. That's why whenever I'm walking down the street and a man goes, "Why don't you smile more?" I always yell back, "Clinical depression!" It works like a charm. Catcalling's the worst. Catcalling's the worst. We hate it, right? I don't catcall, but I do dog call. And what I mean by that is I treat dogs on the street the same way that men treat women. You know, I feel entitled to their attention. I force eye contact on them. I touch them without their consent. I shout lewd comments about their physical appearance. I have never seen a corgi and not been like, "Damn, look at that booty!" And it's worse, right? Because as women, we're yelled at while we're commuting, but the dogs, technically in the bathroom. Right? Imagine that, sir. You're sitting there trying to take a shit, and some stranger comes busting in and is like, "Look at you little chunk!" And now you can't go because you're self-conscious about your body. I think that's why dogs don't talk. It's the same reason women wear headphones. So we can just ignore it. A little bit about me. My parents are dead. Don't worry, I've known for a long time. I know you guys are just finding out. I'm sorry for your loss. It's hard for me to tell people my parents are dead. And like, this is why, right? People worry about me. They feel sorry for me. And then I have to do this whole song and dance to prove to them that I'm okay. And weirdly, I end up comforting them about the loss of my parents. So let's just get that out of the way right now. If you are uncomfortable, that's about you. I'm well adjusted. You know, like a comedian. And like telling people my parents are dead isn't even the hardest part, because there's a follow-up question. Say it with me. How did they die? Right? What answer can I possibly give that's going to make it less weird? It wasn't old age, look at me. And now you're all wondering the same thing. But I think it's important to maintain a sense of mystery in any relationship. I will give you this. I lost my parents the way you lose socks. One at a time. Thank you. Told you I was well adjusted. It comes up a lot on dates, right? Guys will ask a perfectly normal question like, "Where do your parents live?" And I know I can't just say they don't. On the bright side, though, and this is absolutely true, in the last year, not one, but 2 guys I've dated have responded to learning about the death of my parents with, "Well, at least I don't have to worry about meeting them." What a comfort! Right? And to a normal person, giant red flag, but my messed up unparented brain was like, finally! A guy who gets my sense of humor. My dad would love him. There are some perks to having dead parents, though. It's not all bad. They'll never get divorced. They took Till Death Do Us Part very seriously. And I don't have to worry about disappointing them. I already know that I do. Because people tell me. I was having a conversation with my uncle about politics recently. And he was like, "Your father is rolling over in his grave." That's messed up, right? He was cremated. Don't worry, you guys. I'm in therapy. Thank you so much. I'm very brave. Therapy, if you've never been, is where you pay $125 to be able to answer the question, how are you? Honestly. But I also see a psychic. Because I can use all the help I can get, right? You're like, yes. And they do the same thing. Hear me out. They both force me to think about what I want out of life and how I'm going to get there. And they both charge $125. But the psychic can talk to dead people. So it's also like getting parental advice thrown in for free. And your girl loves a bargain. You guys worried about sex robots over here? Sex robots? I love that you're just like, nah. I'm worried about sex robots, and not for the same reasons as you are, right? Like, how am I going to fit that in my suitcase when I travel? Here's why I'm worried. Who in here is a millennial? That's about the level of enthusiasm that deserves. Those of us who are millennials are default tech support to every older member of our immediate family. So, suddenly, you're not just helping your dad download Candy Crush from the App Store. You are doing a factory reset on his crush, Candy. Who's basically just a flashlight that can make eye contact. Oh! But here's the thing, you guys. I'm not worried about me. Do you remember earlier? I don't have parents. The rest of you, though. Good luck. All right, that's been my time. I'm Sarah Ranney. You guys have been amazing.
One more time for Sarah Ranney, everybody. Jesus. We get it. We like her.